warm welcome to dear viewers of Burundi Television. Welcome to this English news station. Let's start with the headlines. This Thursday at the Catholic Church Parish of Saint François d'Assise at Gitega, a Thanksgiving Mass was held in honor of the presidential Thanksgiving for the 5 years in office of the President of the Republic, Evariste Ndayishimiye. In his prayers, he prayed that God may guide him to succeed in his mission of making Burundi a developed country. And the provincial secretary of the CNDD FDD party in Gitega province, Georges Shimirimana, congratulates members of the CNDD FDD party in Nyabihanga commune for their involvement in promoting avocado and the coffee cultivation. Welcome again, Merci Kamkama. Details now. This Thursday at the Catholic Parish of Saint François d'Assise at Gitega, a Thanksgiving Mass was held in honor of the presidential Thanksgiving for the 5 years in office of President Evariste Ndayishimiye. In his speech, President Evariste Ndayishimiye has prayed for God's guidance to succeed in his mission for making Burundi a developed country. Joseph Mundajambo has more.
It was the mass celebrated at Saint François d'Assise parish in Gitega. The celebration was the opening of the crusade organized by the presidential family for Thanksgiving, as God protected this family during the 5 years President Evariste Ndayishimiye spent leading Burundian people. In his preaching, Bonaventure Nahimana, Archbishop of the Archdiocese of Gitega, asked God to enable Burundians to reconcile and prayed God to enable the head of state continue efficiently leading Burundian people. On her turn, the First Lady Angeline Ndayishimiye prayed for the President of the Republic, Evariste Ndayishimiye, to have the power from the Holy Spirit and the humility and wisdom in leading the people of Burundi. She prayed for Burundian people to be united. For the President of the Republic, Evariste Ndayishimiye, he prayed God to enable him implement projects he is running for the sake of Burundian people, leading to the country to the development. The presidential family handed as well offering made up mostly of foodstuffs.
This Tuesday, Leokedi Ndayisaba, Minister of Communication, has visited provinces of Bubanza and Ngozi. The objective was to visit the site currently being set for the installation of new antennas by Lumitel for improving network quality. Jackson Irakoze has more.
In Bubanza province, the minister in charge of ICT, Leokedi Ndayisaba, began her tour with a visit to Kibenga Hill, Muzinda zone of Lugazi Commune, where the company Lumitel is preparing to install a telecommunication antenna. Lumitel officials indicated that all the necessary equipment is already available, but the main challenge remains access to electricity. Continuing her visit, the minister went to Musenyi Hill in the Musenyi zone, Manda Commune, still in Bubanza province. There too, Lumitel is setting up a site for an antenna aimed at improving connectivity for local subscribers. The tour then proceeded to Ngozi province, specifically to Munyange Hill, Malamirundi zone, Busiga commune, where Lumitel is also planning to install a tower. The communal leader and local residents welcomed the initiative, highlighting that phone communication had been difficult in the area. The antenna will not only ease communication but also enhance security in this border zone. Minister Leokedi Ndayisaba stated that this project will significantly improve communication. She also promised to visit other mobile operators to assess their efforts in improving access to communication services. She informed that they have realized that work is progressing well. though most are still at the foundation stage. After building the foundations, the antennas will be erected, she emphasized. Therefore, provinces already visited include Bubanza and Ngozi. Other provinces with communes bordering neighboring countries are also targeted, where network interference is a common issue. She went on by highlighting that they have requested 15 sites and 2 more will added. All are currently at the same construction stage. In Rutana province, the antenna is already being erected. It is believed that communication in these areas will be improved within a few weeks, she reinforced. She went further and stressed that other telecom companies were not left out and that they have a calendar, and she will conduct a field visit to assess how each operator is implementing the ministry-approved program. It should be noted that several antennas are also planned in border areas to help strengthen national security.
And the Minister of Home Affairs, Martin Niteretse, launched on this Tuesday in Bujumbura an emergency plan for assisting Congolese refugees in Burundi. He has called on international organizations to support it. Jackson Irakoze once again.
The Minister of Home Affairs, Martin Niteretse, together with the United Nations Resident Coordinator and the UNHCR representative in Burundi, officially launched the Interagency Response Plan for Congolese refugees in Burundi. This is an emergency interagency plan designed to respond to the influx of Congolese refugees into Burundi. It also outlines activities aimed at supporting the government of Burundi's efforts in protection and assistance. With 92,000 Congolese refugees already present in Burundi and another 92,000 new arrivals expected this year, along with returning Burundian refugees from various host countries, the UN Resident Coordinator, Violette Kakioma, thanked the government of Burundi for its hospitality and that Burundi will not be left alone in its support to Congolese refugees. Brigitte Mukanga-Eno, UNHCR representative in Burundi, stated that the emergency plan addresses humanitarian challenges seen in transit centers and among Congolese refugees cases that the required funding amounts to $76.5 million. United Nations agencies, embassies, and other donors were called upon to support the response plan. During the launch of this emergency interagency plan, the Ministry of the Interior, Community Development, and Public Security took the opportunity to call on both national and international partners to show solidarity and compassion by supporting families displaced due to the precious security situation in Eastern DRC. The ambassador of the Democratic Republic of Congo to Burundi, who was present at the event, expressed gratitude to Burundi for its legendary and generous hospitality toward Congolese refugees. The key actors and coordinators of the Interagency Response Plan for Congolese refugees include government agencies, UN agencies and partners, non-governmental organizations, civil society, and coordination mechanisms.
And on the occasion of the publication of the provisional lists of victims of the crisis that occurred in Burundi between 1985 and 2008, residents of Mugina and Mabayi communes of Cibitoke province say to be ready to forgive their wrongdoers if they were to reconcile. Irakoze Jackson once again.
Citizens of Cibitoke province in the communes of Mabayi and Mugina were registering their relatives killed during the tragedies the country went through after the Truth and the Reconciliation Commission (CVR) extended the registration period. They welcome therefore this initiative, believing it will reveal a long hidden truth and thus promote reconciliation. They hope that the CVR will help honor their loved ones with dignity and support them in their daily lives, as many have lived in hardship since those events. Nevertheless, some victims from these communes who lost both relatives and property say they are ready to forgive those who wronged them, provided that they later come forward for reconciliation. However, they ask the government to compensate them. After the publication of provisional figures by the CVR in these communes, the communal administrator of
the provincial secretary of the CNDD-FDD party in Gitega province, Georges Shimirimana, congratulates members of the CNDD-FDD party in Nyabihanga commune for their involvement and commitment in promoting avocado and coffee. Their bravery was also evident when this population elected the CNDD-FDD party with more than 94% of the vote during the municipal and legislative elections. Joseph Rudajambo has more.
The drinking water supply system being undertaken by the population of Nyabihanga will be available at 4 hills, namely Ndava, Moshiha, Hanuka, and Nyamurenge, as indicated by Atanaze Bukuru, technician in the field, adding that water supplied will enable Hanuka parish villagers of this locality will as well benefit from this drinking water. The provincial secretary of the CNDD-FDD party in Gitega province, Georges Shimirimana, welcomes this water supply system, affirming that it will allow the population to irrigate their crops during this summer period, especially those gathered in cooperatives. Georges Shimirimana has visited as well a 7 hectares crop of avocado belonging to the CNDD-FDD party, which is located at Nyamurenge Hill. He visited also a 7 hectares crop of coffee at the same hill. Georges Shimirimana thanks CNDD-FDD members who are developing these exportation plans that will bring foreign currency in the country. He had also thanked Nyabihanga population to have elected with a rate of 94% in the recent legislative and municipal elections. The CNDD-FDD party counts to extend such plantation at 14 hectares at the same Nyamurenge Hill.
In the Environmental Chronicle this Thursday, we talk about the project of protecting the environment and the soil by tracing curves in Muruta commune. Jackson Irakoze once again.
Muruta commune, located in Kayanza province, sees across the country and even from abroad, such as a delegation from Bukavu in the Democratic Republic of Congo for experience sharing on environmental protection techniques and the feed layout through the use of contour lines. These efforts aim to increase agricultural productivity.
Kick-off of the Thanksgiving crusade this Thursday at Gitega province by the presidential family for the 5th anniversary in office of President Evariste Ndayishimiye. In his speech, President Evariste Ndayishimiye said that Burundians have shown their unity via the legislative and communal elections. Details will be available in our next edition. Well, thank you for your attention. Have a good night.